We cannot talk about the international community without taking a look at the migratory phenomenon. Usually, we talk about it using a deformed speech as if it was a problem in itself. It is proper to talk about migration as a great human phenomenon which turns into problems when it is bad managed. This bad management is the expression of current structural impoverishment, the injustice and the inequality in social and economic fields. It is usual to analyze the migrations only through rich countries' lenses, which close their borders. The Catholic Church invites to look immigration through the perspective of humankind to perform a human family, the vocation to universal brotherhood. It is an essential right for peoples and families to be able to migrate. Every person has the right to have dignified conditions of life, so impoverished people have the right to search for those conditions. The right to emigrate is closely linked to the right of every person to not be forced to emigrate, and we don't think on this too often. Being able to emigrate to improve is a right. Being forced to emigrate to preserve life is an injustice. We cannot forget that emigration always results in a lot of troubles to displaced people. The leaving of home country, the loss of family relations, the adaptation to a new culture and so on. The main causes for immigration are those related to the economy and those of violence. Of course, migratory fluxes have to be regulated. It is a need and a responsibility for public authorities. But this regulation should not be founded either on the fear of invasion nor in the self-defense of own welfare. They are few the impoverished people migrating to enriched countries. Almost the whole part is moving to other impoverished countries. The international community has the responsibility for the creation of conditions to allow a dignified life for all. Facing this worldwide situation requires to highlight that this is just a structural element of the current socio-economic system. It's not something that will disappear. The system needs impoverished people to grow. They are an essential part of the mechanism because it needs weakened people to crush them and pushes itself up. Migrant people are inside the weaker, more vulnerable and more impoverished part of workers' world. Too often, migrant workers are the prototype for a precarious worker. From a more humanized point of view, the migration phenomenon can be considered as both a social and cultural interchange. It represents an important opportunity to grow in the globalization of solidarity. In fact, the Catholic Church looks at the migratory phenomenon as a sign of times. It is a defy to rediscover it and to pick it again for building a new and better humanity. We will take advantage of the opportunities inside those migratory fluxes as far as we will be able to confront the migration the way it is currently produced. We must fight the unfair causes of migration and we must try to eradicate them forever. The Catholic Church defends the right to migrate. Every person has the right to leave his or her land and searching for a better future for him or her and his or her family. The Catholic Church also emphasizes the right for every person to find in his own land a dignified way of living, granting to his or her family the right to live a dignified life in his or her land in order to not be forced